Test. Running a test. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's get this going. Get this last thing situated. Come on. There we go. All right. Sorry, I am testing something out real quick, and hopefully it comes out well. see. Test, test. Test. All right. Sorry, I'm just make sure my mic is working. It's as I said, I'm still learning this and just want to sure so it's not so silent, not so ASMR. All right, hold up. Get some more light in here. All right. Let's see. Is that oversaturating? Yeah, I'm going to turn that light off then. There's a lot of sunlight coming in. I don't need it as much now. Yeah, it's still pretty bad. All right. So. All right. So where we left off is we are just getting our stuff situated for our sweatband. So I'm gonna go take these out. So I got them pretty much where I want it, but I'm gonna have to take it out anyway because I'm gonna have to sew the sweatband together. I'll show you guys how I do that. But first, let's take these out. So one of the reasons why I do leatherworking also is so I can do a proper stitch with these sweatbands. Because one, they're leather. And try to make them look nice. And I'm just hoping the music's not overpowering. I need to just double check. Hold up. There we go. All right. So I'll put that over to the side. Let's go and grab this out. Put that away. Show you how I do this. So you want to keep it as together as possible since I cut it like that. So let's grab our chisels. My diamond chisel, where are you? I can use these. Wing dividers. There. It slid on me, so, but it still works. All right, let me be right back. I need to go get a ribbon for the back. One moment. All right, I'm back. So, ribbon. These little ribbons for the back. So when it sits, it will sit right here. Just like that. So, all right. And so what these are millinery needles, made specifically for millinery / hat making. And so this is our goal. Let me do some real quick. All right. Now I can hear better. I don't want this one. I want this one. Get some beeswax. So give these strings some more protection. All right. So what I usually do is I start off at the very top towards the reed, and I try to bring them as close together as possible. Okay. Let's see. So now that I got them close together, one thing we can do is we can tie it off, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go back over this side. Okay. So that's the initial look of it. And add some more stitches to it. So this is just for aesthetics at this point. Now, it still holds it together. Now let's bring it closer together. Everyone has their own method of tying the sweatband together. Each hatter does their own little thing. There we go. So we kind of found the little designs. Oop. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Got a call from the wife. She's on her way back. She's bringing some friends over, so it's all okay. See, you can do like little designs. See? So let's go ahead and get this thing attached. There it is. Now it's attached. Okay, let me go over here and get this little block in. Let's go back up here, go through here again. Just pretty much hand sewing it together. And tie it off. Hide it behind, and there you go. So it's holding it together, and you got a little bit of design going on. So let's move on to the next step. So I'm going to bring back that ledge there. There. And that's what it should do. It should sit there without even trying. go. Some quick tests. There we go. There. So I'm going to go with the white, but my signature is the red. So white I use for around here, then that eventually gets cut off because these tend to move around a lot, but once I do an initial stitch around here, around the reed near the ditch, I'll cut it out and pull it out after I get this red sewed in for the actual setting of the sweatband. So let's go ahead and get this going. All same rules apply for when you're doing a stitch with the like leather. Go around, do a rough around one. Oops. Two. Three. 4. 5. Yes, it's a lot, but never be too sure. I have run out before. on a hat, I have run out before. So one key thing you can do is kind of roll it into it, and it gets nice each time. You don't have to tie a knot at the end of this. Just do what you do with your stitch needles for leatherworking. Just do that. Tie that. Take it over here. You got plenty of room to do it, so. Okay. Just trying to stick myself because I have done that before. I actually have sewn my finger to a hat before. There, see? And you want to use embroidery. It's a lot heavier than straight like sewing machine. Because it will get knots. You will get a knot. So just take your time when you're doing this. Each person has their own method of doing it. Which reminds me, I should get my thimble. And it's a dress weight, so I shouldn't have to push too hard, but still, it sucks. You have to push the needle through your skin. So this is what I usually do. See? Yeah. Now my finger has a cap. See what I mean? How that came out. That will happen. Oops. My base came up out on me. There we go. And this is really just to keep it in place. Because once I got this in place, I'm going to flip the sweatband up, and I can just do a stitch all the way around. I don't have to worry about it moving on me. That's all this is, just to keep it in place. It's an extra step, but it helps me out in the long run. Hey, I got a knot here. And this one doesn't have to look pretty. My goal is to just keep it in place. Because it'll help keep this just where I want it. So yes, I'm reiterating that, but this is kind of what you want. It's an extra, as I said, it's an extra step, and other hat master makers will talk about something a little bit different. But this is how I do it. I've seen some pretty cool designs when it actually comes to like actually sewing in the sweatband. One guy, he'll come out about a couple millimeters and just goes here, then back, then back, then back, then back, then come back around with an X, almost like so you have an X is all the way across. It's pretty cool. Is it comfortable? I have no idea. Weird. Hold up. There you go. For some reason, my kick stuff got disconnected. All right, we're back. We are back. So the reason why I know it's you want it kind of like this, where you're coming over and you're just feeling it, is because like you go to like Stetson hats or the vintage hats, and you that's what you're feeling. That's what you're feeling. Even though yes, it's in line, it's just slightly coming over, you can still feel it. You don't want it under it. You don't want it too far over. You want it just almost like at the break line where you made that 90 degrees. That's what you're looking for. So what's really good is that since I'm making this, and if you're doing it for a customer, you can use this as a pre-fitting before you finalize the fitting, because it's technically you could wear it, but it's not going to be a strong hold. So you can do this, do a fitting with the customer or with the person you're making the hat for, and then once you get everything finalized, then you can make adjustments from there. Like say they don't like the color of the sweatband, then you can switch it out if it doesn't match. Under the reed. Over the reed. Under the reed. There we go. think I'm good with this. I think I got too much. So, there we go. I might even tie it off, really. I might do a quick granny knot. So that just kind of holds in place. Then I'm going to go back through and get my other stitch in. Ah! Almost around. So if you want to get into like hat making or hat shaping, so there are two different schools for when it comes to hats for creation. You have the actual hat making, which is this, that, and millinery. Um, Millinery is mainly for female hats, but you do fedoras and stuff like that. Well, fun fact: fedora actually used to be a woman's hat before men took it over. It was based off a play, musical play, something like that, a theater show, um, and called one of the characters in it was Fedora, and she wore a hat similar to this. Oh, hold up. There we go. And it got popular among men and women, but men started wearing it more because it really goes well with the three-piece suit. That's the same. So you got millinery and hat making. A hat maker. Hat maker concentrates mainly on men's hats. Milliner concentrates on female hats. So you got those really nice, elaborate hats that you saw with like the English inaugurations and stuff like that for British royalty, and you'll see it sometimes with like other fashion shows. That's the intricate looking headbands with feathers and stuff like that. But for hat makers, you got two different categories. You got actual makers, and you got hat shapers. So you'll see a lot of hat shapers over at like Hat Bars or like Cavender's, Boot Barn, or actual like hat bars where that's all they do is they just shape hats and allow you to accessorize the hat band. So you can go. There are a few hat makers actually offer like 2-day courses on making your own hat. You go in, you pay your fee up to like the one that was here. He charged like $350, and you got to make your own hat out of it. For 2 days, you'd come in, a couple hours. That first day, as you saw, it takes about 24 hours once you get the hat, blocked. Then from there, you go, you come back the next day, and you do this. This will take the second day. So that's a full hat making course. Then you go to a place like Hat Masters, and they teach you how to shape hats, the science behind it, and things like that when it comes to symmetry and things like that. There was a great comment where a hat maker will never make a good shaped hat, but hat shapers will never understand how to make a good hat. So different schools. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bridge the two. With enough persistence, you can do both. You can do both. Because I've seen, like, look at Zito hats. If you ever get the chance, go to their website or look at their Instagram videos and stuff like that. Beautiful looking hats, beautiful profiles, soft looking shapes. Or you can go with a harder shape. Go to like Nick Fuqua or something like, or another person like that, and you'll see like how just the clean lines there for a harder shape. Just really depends on where you go. You can take a look at some of the cowboy hats that you'll see out there, and you see the shapers. Just that's all they're doing all day, just shaping a hat. Whether it's a cattleman's crease, a teardrop, getting cutter bumps in that. One moment, hold up. No, just the neighbors. Just the neighbors. But as I was saying, it just really two schools of thought when it comes to actual hat making or in hat shaping. So you can go to a hat shaping course with like Cowboy Cartel down in Texas or Hat Masters over in Colorado, and those courses are roughly about over $2,000 for each one. Because it's multiple days on you doing it, and you're making hats, and you get to keep the hats. You get to keep some of the equipment with like Hat Masters. I have not gone. I know of hatters that have gone and shapers that have gone. It is not for me because one, I don't want to spend that much money. If I want to practice hat making or hat shaping, I buy a wool hat and a rabbit felt and just practice with that. Look up different pictures of creases, shapes, and go from there and just practice that all day long. This, on the other hand, it starts from the raw felt, as you saw, and I am creating a hat, an actual hat. And these skills can travel between cowboy hat making and dress hat making. So I can actually do this and say, customer, it's got an old hat and wants to get it restored. And I could restore it. I could take it apart, bring it back to the raw materials, and clean it up and bring it back from there. A shaper cannot do that. They can if they want to learn how to do it. But most of the time, it's a job and a performance. This is a craft. I'm not knocking them. I don't dislike them or anything like that. It's just that there is two different schools. And I am the school of the craftsman. This will allow me to fix somebody's hat. Ow. Yep, just stabbed myself on screen. All right, I have a callus there. And I think from now on in my descriptions and stuff like that, I'm gonna leave a link of where I get my hat bodies and stuff like that. So if you all want to follow along, you can. And so just a quick granny's knot. There you go. Yeah, it shows a lot of extra, but I'm not too concerned. There. And yes, you can wear it now. You could technically wear it now, but just want to double check something. All right, be right back. I need to check something quick. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to get something real quick. I had to get my tape measure. Just need to heat it up. One, two, 4. That should do it. So, great. Yep, that's what I was worried about. have enough. No, will not have enough. So I have a lot. There we go. So one of the things that this beeswax does, it helps protects it from the water and sweat, but also keeps it kind of stiff so it doesn't get into the knots like it was before. See? As you can see in here, it's a lot more stiffer. Do that a couple times. There we go. And as you can see, I'm just going to roll it in there. Come on. Got it. A little bit of Max Payne. Max Payne 3. Got a little bit of that sample going. All right. Now, since I got these put in place, I can just do this. That. And just do that. Start off over here. And just have at it. It's going to be so much easier now. That little extra step. Well, longer extra step. And also, if as long as I stay above here, these lines, we're good to go. See? Run through that leather. So the ladder stitch is what I'm going to be attempting, is what is recommended. So you go forward, just like that. Then back. And I'm filling in the inside. Make sure it's in line as much as possible. I'm trying to keep it in line as much as possible. The sewing machine that does this is so much better. I stepped on my string. Give me a second. But the sewing machine, they don't make it anymore. Oh, hold up, give me a second. Sorry about that. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. My wife and kids got home, and you might hear kids in the background. So, was, where's my stitch? There it is. Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm working.
What are you doing?
Hi, Annie.
What are you? Can I do? Can I open the tent?
Hmm?
My mom said we can do it right now.
Do what?
Open the tent.
All right. All right, guys. I'm going to call it for right now. I'll be back probably in a bit. So.
So you're streaming?